Hello,
Hi. Hi, Anja.
how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hi, Bill.
There you go. You can start if you want.
Oh, is everybody there?
We have most people, I believe.
Okay, and Herb was going to phone in. Can you tell if he's on?
We have one phone number.
I'm here.
Oh, great. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm forgetting how to do this because we don't meet that often.
Well, if you just call the meeting to order, then I'll do
Yeah.
a roll call.
Okay. The Historic District Commission meeting, October 2nd, 2023 is called to order. The roll call, Lorraine Stubb, Chair.
Bill Sink,
Here.
John Dyken,
Here.
Herb Watson,
Here.
Don Forcash. Don, you're muted if you're. I can see Don's name, but he's muted. Hopefully he'll be able to rectify that. Hopefully you can hear us. Pam Pethigal, alternate. I don't see her on. Andrew Lou Millard, alternate,
Here.
and Amy Pressure. I also do not see her on. Okay, we're all set.
Okay, so first item on the agenda is election of officers, which has been postponed since January, I guess.
Yes.
It's an unusual year. So currently I am the chair. Herb is the vice chair, and nobody had volunteered to be I think the clerk is a position.
Right.
I don't know if there's anybody now who would be. Can this be somebody who's an alternate, or does it have to be a full member?
I believe it has to be a full member.
Yeah. Okay. I know last year, Don declined. So John, I don't know if you're interested in doing this. There's not much to it. Maybe Maureen could explain what the clerk does.
Well, there's a report once a year that the clerk usually puts together, although with a lot of help from staff as far as how many applications and other items that the historic district has worked on throughout the year. And I haven't had much experience with the clerk doing much else. So, I think Lorraine usually, when there's a question with regard to us putting together a certificate of appropriateness, or if the secretary has a question with regard to it, the recording secretary, that is, Lorraine usually helps us out, so that's not something that we've had the clerk have to do. I don't know if there's any other tasks the clerk has.
Well, it looks like I've been drafted, so I'm happy to serve in that capacity. As long as Commissioner Stubb remains our very able chair, I'm happy to help out.
Okay, thank you, John. It's really not a difficult report. It's just kind of reiterating what hearings we had and anything else of note for the commission, which there hasn't been a lot this year. So
Sure.
it should be pretty easy.
Okay.
Okay. Do we have to vote on this,
Yeah,
Maureen?
so someone needs
Oh,
to
yeah.
make the nomination and then you cast votes.
Okay. Do we do this all as a block thing?
You can,
Or,
your choice.
so does anybody else want to be chair or vice chair?
No,
No.
Okay, so does somebody want to nominate?
So how is this going to work? Are we going to have elections for chair, then vice chair, and then the clerk? Is that how it should go, Maureen?
I think if there's no
Competition.
competition, then you can do it as a block, which was
Gotcha. I
the
see.
question Lorraine had about the block, I believe. That's what.
Oh, I didn't know what block meant. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what she meant by it being a block. And
I have a quick question. This is Andra. Have I been seated? Can I make a nomination, or you have it looks like you have a full quorum, so I don't believe I'm going to be seated. Since I'm an alternate.
let me just check. 4, 5. Yes, we have a full quorum. Sorry, Anja.
That's okay. I just double checking.
Perhaps Bill or Don got unmuted for a moment there, and one of them will make the nomination, perhaps. Muted.
Um,
Are we making a motion or making a nomination?
oh, a nomination, I think. Right?
Yes.
All right. I nominate John. I can't pronounce your last name correctly, I'm sure.
Dyken. That's fine.
Dyken. Okay. Nominate John Dyken.
For clerk,
Yes.
and Lorraine for chair, and Herb for vice chair.
Is that a yes, Bill?
I'm sorry, my screen froze.
And Lorraine for
yes.
chair and Herb for vice chair.
Yes.
Okay. And so then Lorraine asked if there's any opposition or other nominations.
Any other nominations or opposition? Okay.
So then you just say hearing none, you'll ask for a vote of
Okay, hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Herb.
Anybody opposed?
Don, can you unmute, Don? I saw you unmuted a minute ago. Can you unmute again? You may be having trouble hearing. Okay, I think we go with it. That was 4. At least. We'll confirm with Don. But 4 carries. I'm sorry about this remote meeting. My daughter's in the hospital having a baby, hopefully.
Oh, congratulations.
So I'm off and
Wow.
Oh, no, well, absolutely. Congratulations, and don't think twice about having a remote meeting because of that.
thank you. Thank you.
Are you in the hospital?
No, I wasn't, there was, yeah, we're at a delay, so, and I can't be with her anyway, so I came home for a while,
Yeah,
but thanks for asking.
yeah. Um, okay, so that part's over, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so we have no audience of citizens. And so the other business, Maureen, maybe you can explain this, because this is something new with the POCD, that they want one member from every commission to serve on this committee. It's going to, my understanding is it will be keeping the town on track with meeting the POCD.
So we have, so the Plan of Conservation and Development, as several of you are well aware, was adopted by the Planning and Zoning Commission in June. And part of the Plan of Conservation and Development, as well as the Affordable Housing Plan, is an implementation plan. And the committee, the town council, decided to appoint an implementation committee to keep the goals of the plan moving forward over the next 2 years. And the Historic District Commission is one of 9 boards and commissions that'll be serving on this board. Each one was asked to nominate a member from, you know, do it on each commission's being able to do that, to hopefully find the person most likely to have the time and the enthusiasm to move forward with it. It is expected to meet, the committee is expected to meet approximately quarterly each year. If over the course of the 10 years, this question was asked of me at another commission meeting, that, you know, things change and somebody, you know, can't serve any longer or has a time they can't go, then it's understood that another member, one, could go in their place on a, you know, occasional basis. And 2, that if, you know, someone has to step down or is no longer on the board and commission, then the board, that board or commission would nominate a new person to be appointed by the town council. We're hoping that the town council appoints the committee at their October 24th meeting. So we're asking each board or commission to make this nomination at their late September or October meeting. Everyone was asked to make this nomination. If anybody has any questions, I'm probably going to be the staff liaison for it. As of this time, that's the way it's laid out. So, yeah, if you have any questions, please ask me.
Oh, Don just has a message up
do,
here
I-
that he can't hear.
The, just reply while you guys think you can talk. And let me just silent my phone for a second, sorry.
Maybe he needs to scroll up to the top of his screen and his mute button might be on.
Okay, hopefully. Really, John types faster than I do.
I don't know if what I said was helpful, but
Yes, it is. It
I,
was.
I think he's having a total collapse of audio here, whether it's because of Zoom or it's because of his computer. It's not clear.
I mean, he told me this afternoon he hadn't used Zoom in a while, so maybe he's forgotten like
It's
about
not
the mute
muted.
button here.
We'll just give it a second to see if he can say something if we hear him. He may not have the capacity on his computer. If he doesn't have the camera, he may not have.
Oh, he doesn't have a camera?
I don't know. He's not, his photo's not showing.
Oh,
That usually doesn't mean much because a lot of people don't ever show their video.
don't want to be seen.
Yeah.
Maureen, can I ask you, on this committee,
Mm-hmm.
would the person say from our commission just be responsible for our area of interest? Or do you have to be well informed about the affordable housing and like other things that we normally don't deal with?
I think what my experience, and I only had a very short bit of experience with the 2003 committee that went 2003 to 2013. I was, while they were working on the 2013 POCD, the implementation committee was continuing to meet, so I was employed at that time. And the committee overall looks at the goals overall and kind of reports to each other as well as back to their own commission. So you're the intermediary between the boards and commissions and the implementation committee. But then you're also the kind of the person that will help to keep things moving along that have to do with your commission, the commission that you sit on. So we do have several goals where the historic district is, the historic district commission is listed as the primary. And I don't have a copy of my book in front of me, but we talked about, and some of you may remember from the POCD meetings, but talking about maybe some zoning changes because of the size of the homes that are on the ridge and allowing some other types of uses. That's one of the things. There's we were talking about helping those houses that that people need help to keep the house upkeep going and how to link those people with resources. I'm trying to remember some of the others, and off the top of my head, I can't right now, but clearly the historic district would be the one that knows most about that. And they'll bring that information to the committee. And then, is it a goal that from the townwide standpoint can be worked on in what order as compared to something else? And it may be, you mentioned affordable housing. It may be, is there an opportunity for some affordable housing or affordable units if there's some modifications along the historic district? And the can a historic home benefit from integrating with something else, or parks? There might be parks that need improvement. There's been some talk of the town park up on the ridge. So those are all things that are interrelated, and the person would certainly be guided if asked about other matters, or if wanted to participate with regard to other matters. Yeah, it's an overall committee that's bringing each committee together, each commission and board together. I don't think in a scary manner as far as overwhelming. I don't think it's a terrible learning curve. I guess that's my point.
Well, should we move on?
If would any, I think what we're looking for is to see if you can maybe have a little bit of discussion if anyone's interested in serving, or anyone's certainly not
Don?
interested in serving, where that is.
Don wrote something that he could hear. I think he wrote a message that he could hear the
Oh,
audio.
he can hear now on the phone. Thank you, Don, for sharing that. You
Oh,
should
you're welcome.
talk
Can
on your phone too.
you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Thank you.
I don't understand why I'm not hearing the audio from the individuals, but my phone works fine, so that's fine. I
Okay,
don't know if you're hearing me through my phone or you're hearing me through the Zoom app, but it doesn't matter.
we're hearing you through the phone, not through Zoom.
Okay. Don,
That works.
did you hear our discussion about this committee to oversee the plan of conservation development?
Unfortunately, I did not, although I did see the meeting notice and a brief description there, but no, I only ended up dialing in with my phone about 60 seconds ago.
Oh, okay.
So I can do another quick recap if you don't mind for, a minute. It should
Mhm.
take. So the plan of conservation and development was adopted and it has an implementation section in it that how over the next 10 years, the goals of the plan are going to be accomplished. And it's the goals of both the plan of conservation and development as well as the affordable housing plan goals. The implementation committee will be for both of those things because the affordable housing goals are rolled into the plan of conservation and development's goals. And the town council is looking to appoint a 9-member committee with one member from each of 9 boards, the town council, the Planning and Zoning Commission, the Historic District Commission, Inland Wetlands Commission, Conservation Commission, Water Control. I'm gonna get stuck. I am stuck now.
Oh, we get the idea.
So one member from each of 9 boards, and they would like to form this committee or consider the nominations at their October 24th meeting. So each of the 9 boards and commissions has been asked to nominate someone at this upcoming meeting, and this is yours. This is the Historic District.
Yeah, I asked you, what would you say would be typical of the roles and responsibilities for this individual?
So the committee's slated to meet approximately quarterly. And a good portion of the liaison for specific boards will be those matters that affect their board. Being the go-between between them and their own commission and how to implement or what maybe they have a better insight into the role, the methods to accomplish the goal, the practicality of it, as well as working to be other voices for any other board and commission goals, any of the other goals in the plan of conservation and development.
And is there some type of voting responsibility involved in this, or is it
Well, it's a
strictly
committee.
informational?
It's a working committee, so they'll be working to accomplish things and report back to their boards who primarily the boards and commissions will be doing actions to accomplish goals with the feedback that from the implementation committee. So I'm gonna pick on the Planning and Zoning Commission. For instance, they'll most likely to implement some of the goals of the plan will have to adopt new zoning regulations or change some of the zoning regulations. But if they're considering changing a zoning regulation that has to do with the historic district area, the historic district may have the historic district may have some feedback, some helpful information, some knowledge that the Planning and Zoning Commission doesn't have specific to that area. And each commission may also have other things Planning and Zoning Commission, if the Historic District Commission may have some ideas that perhaps Conservation Commission says, oh, because of this in the area, we have this, some other feedback that has to do with conservation or wetlands may, and just kind of the interrelationship between the boards and commissions, to get communications going so that decisions aren't made in bubbles or anything that's under the charge of each commission either in achieving their goals.
This meeting is being recorded.
Tremendous. Thank you.
I hope that helps.
Mm.
And if anybody else has, I don't know, Andra, you may have been on or been involved in the past because you were on the commission a long time ago on planning and zoning. I don't know if you had other things to add or anybody else may have something to add. Again, I'm kind of new to being the staff liaison for it as well.
I'll be honest with you, when I was on it a long time ago, I don't remember this even being brought up. I don't know if it was.
It might have been the previous commission. Yeah, I know it was a thing in 2003 to 2013. I don't know
This
if
meeting
the
is being
90
recorded.
plan had an implementation committee. But it tends to be a good tool to get things done. I did have the intent of having one of the books with me so I could pull out some of the goals, but I'm sorry I didn't bring it home.
It kind of sounds like a good way to know what's going on, like, outside of your, what we do,
Mhm.
And how everything's interconnected and, I think it would be interesting.
Again, it's got to be someone who has that some amount of time. However, being quarterly, it's not a huge
This
commitment.
meeting is being recorded.
I know at least one other commission thought they'd have a person and a backup person, I think that the town council will look to nominate just one, but they at least have in mind that second person who is interested, or those meetings they couldn't attend because of workload or other commitments. Life, everybody has life. I do want to just mention that. Oh, Herb, are you trying
Oh,
to?
Don, we can see you.
Oh, we can see Don now.
Amazing. I think I may have an internet issue because it seems to have lost connection and reconnected a number of times. Bandwidth, perhaps. Maybe I need to buy a more expensive internet speed. But anyway, yes, we're good. I'm going to leave my phone connected so that if I lose you, I'll simply turn the phone back on.
Okay.
I did want to mention that when the town council does appoint, as with any other board or committee or commission that they appoint or that is formed, it has to have the minority representation balance. So I don't know how that, I don't think each board and commission should really need to worry about that with regard to their nomination. But if, for instance, there was an issue with the overall nominations we get before we bring them to the town council, we'd come back to the boards that didn't have the balance.
So should we nominate 2 people?
No, I think you're fine to nominate one. I think that's what we're really looking for, each board to nominate one. I'm just trying to give you the assurance that one, if there's an issue, it's not likely personal. And 2, if there's a time when whoever's nominated does have issues, there's options of asking for a sub, and I don't think that will be a problem. That's how it worked the last time.
Yeah. I'm sure they probably don't know what day they would be meeting.
No, I
Yeah.
think we'll be talking about that once the board is formed.
Yeah.
And we'll look at the 9 members and say, okay, what works? And when does staff have the availability and when
Mhm.
can it be? Again, it's quarterly, so it's once every 3 months to figure out the day that works for the majority of the board.
So is
Committee
anybody,
rep.
is anybody interested in serving on this?
I mean, I have, as an alternate on planning and zoning, have attended quite a few POCD committee meetings, so I'm very comfortable with those meetings, but I would like to give someone else a chance to serve if they're interested, but if we're really straining for somebody, I'd be happy to fill that post.
Don, it looked like you might have been saying, something, were you? Because I looked like your mouth was moving.
No, no,
Okay.
I was smiling because it's great to have a volunteer. I don't think I can raise my hand for this.
Come on, Don, you underestimate yourself.
It may not be about me, it may be about other things that I have going on at this time.
I know that's my concern.
Okay, sounds good to me. This is Herb. I'd like to nominate John for this position.
Thank you,
Okay.
Herb, for that.
Let's vote.
Okay, so do I have a second on that?
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
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 Thank you, John.
You're welcome. And obviously, if there's an issue with minority representation, we may have to come back, but I
Yeah,
accept the nomination at this point.
okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Did we get a vote from everyone? I think so. Yeah, I heard everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you, unanimous.
Okay, the next thing is just commissioner comments and communications. I was just gonna interject here that we've got 4 new homeowners in the historic district. So there's been a lot of movement and sale of homes, and there's another home up for sale, Mrs. Olson's house on the other side of the library. So there's all these people, I send them a welcome packet, and you never know, like maybe they'll be willing to serve on the commission at some point. One of the people came to the Berlin Fair, and he's got a lot of ideas about things he wants to do, but it's a newer house. So I may be visiting with him on site about that. And I also wanted to mention, there's been a few like for like situations, like re-roofing, that we've allowed that if they're just using asphalt shingles to replace asphalt shingles, we don't make them come for a hearing or anything. And they did that on the house that just sold at 840 Worthington Ridge. And I think there may have been another one.
I think there were 2 or 3
Yeah.
in the last couple of months.
Yeah. But other than that, there haven't been a lot of projects going on. Do we need an update on the Old Town Hall?
Paulie's continuing to work with them. He's actually probably escalating it to the next level at this point because they've stalled again. However, no, I'm sorry, I'm going to correct myself. I think he's pretty satisfied with some of the work they've done around the outside. They've cleaned up. So now it's more a matter of them having care of the building, which is not a zoning enforcement per se.
Mhm.
And that's, so not under the zoning enforcement purview. He's going to continue to monitor and work with them because obviously with unsightly materials, they grow periodically they go along with the overgrowth as well as the overgrowth trimming and cars appearing and disappearing, or appearing and not disappearing, more likely. So it's continuing to be monitored. He does have communications with them. Less frequently than he did for a while, but as they progressed, they cleaned up around the building, but he's been talking to the building inspector as well.
Hmm.
I can't give you more than that today.
Okay.
We just don't know anymore.
This is Herb. I took a look at it today, and it's just like you said, Maureen. They haven't done anything to maintain and preserve the building. The driveway and the parking lot is clear. The roof on the brick addition in the back is still collapsed, and there's still broken windows, and there's still vines and trees growing up, tearing bits off the building itself. So yeah, it looks better. The driveway looks better, but no change to the building. It's not weather tight, and it just continues to slide downhill.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
Was it I don't have anything else for comments from a
Okay.
standpoint. I don't know if any of you do.
Okay, so we have minutes from a year ago. Unbelievable, to review and approve. And at that
This
meeting,
meeting is being recorded.
Herb, Don, Bill, and I were there.
John, can you mute your phone? It's giving us feedback. Phone, not the computer.
Uh,
Thank you. Your computer's also muted now. Now your computer's muted. And we can't hear you.
Okay, so of the four of us that were at that September meeting, have you reviewed the minutes from that? And do I have a motion to approve?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
That was Bill that seconded.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
all those in favor? Aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Okay. And then we have the June meeting at which Herb, Don, John, and I were present. And again, if you've reviewed the minutes and you want to make a motion to approve, can I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move to approve the minutes of the June 5th, 2023 regular meeting of the Historic District Commission.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
I'll second the minutes to the meeting from hell.
Yeah. Okay,
I'll second that.
all those in favor? Aye.
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 Okay. I think that's it.
Thank you.
So,
Move to adjourn.
yeah. Do I have a motion to move to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
A second?
Second.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
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 Okay. Thank you,
Alright.
everyone.
Time 7:39. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you,
Sorry
everybody.
about not getting.
Thank you, Maureen.
agenda
Thank you.
quickly too. I just didn't attach it. I'm sorry about that. So I thank you everyone for their understanding.
So hopefully next time we'll be in person.
Yes, thank you.
And good luck
All
with
right.
the.
Congratulations,
Thanks, Beth.
Maureen. Hope everything
Thank
goes.
you. Thank you for waiting.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
All right.